to all my cherry bombs. It is me, Cherry, and I'm back with another video. And honestly, this video has to be made, but I'm honestly so irritated that it even has to be made. And I said this about a previous video I also had to make tonight because it's just a lot of just disturbing ish going on. So before we get into this video, if this is your first time seeing me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Please give this video a thumbs up so that more people can find my content, and also turn on your post notifications because I'm very sporadic with how I post, and if you don't have them on, you will miss me. All my social medias are linked down below. Add me, I'm pretty active on all of them, and let's get right into this. I don't know what it is about northern men specifically, and this isn't to say that men all over just aren't posing themselves as threats to women, but specifically Philadelphia and New York, the men are very aggressive, very aggressive. The sense of entitlement is crazy. The ego is very fragile, super fragile, and it's resulting in women losing their lives and getting assaulted over literally nothing. At this point, it's become such a problem that it's like if you breathe your air wrong around them, you're either getting beat the fuck up or getting shot or getting stabbed or whatever the case may be. You're getting assaulted in some way. And honestly, at this point, if you only get verbally assaulted, you're lucky at this point. I don't know where the sense of entitlement came from, that men just feel like they're entitled to touch women, that they're entitled to women's bodies, just grope us, touch us, everything without permission. They are allowed to say whatever they want to us and be as disrespectful as they want to be, and if we dare to say anything about it, then that's your ass. I'm making this video as somebody who has experienced it firsthand, but also as somebody who is just so, it really saddens me to see these headlines, yo. It saddens me to see these headlines of women losing their lives for literally stupid stuff. I've heard stories from friends, horrific stories about them being assaulted in the streets of Philly, in the streets of New York by men. Very just aggressive, just very aggressive. Don't take no for an answer. And at this point, it's just aggressively dangerous, super dangerous. It's like, what do women do at this point to protect themselves? Like, how do we protect ourselves? How do we deny men at this point? Because it's like, if you're nice, you still might get shot in the face or beat the fuck up. If you're disrespectful, you're definitely getting shot in the face or beat the fuck up. So at this point, it's like, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, how are we supposed to, like, if you tell these men, and I mean, granted, this is across the board, that if you use this excuse, men do not respect it and still feel entitled to your time, entitled to your personal space for some reason. But in New York, it's crazy to me that this excuse can result in physical violence upon you. And I don't understand, like, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do at this point? If you tell them you have a boyfriend, you tell them you're married, whatever the case may be, it's fuck you bitch, da 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 da, this and the third, f you, just for what? Like, if a woman is respectfully like, okay, you know, I have somebody at home, like, that should be enough. It shouldn't be, oh, well, you can't have friends. Why can't I be your friend? I still can't have your number. Like, basically, like, damn near trying to force you to give your number. Like, it's gotten to the point where, me personally, and I hope that a lot of women are doing this, because at this point, it's just not worth arguing. It's not worth arguing at all. It's gotten to the point where me, myself, If a man is asking me for my number, it's somebody I don't know, and I'm in, you know, a gas station, or I'm out on the sidewalk walking by myself, even if it's during the broad daylight, I just give it. I give him my real number at this point. I give them my real number because I don't want to sit through the whole, oh, I'm about to call you right now, and then they're mad and might assault you if your phone doesn't ring and you gave the wrong number. It's not worth it. At this point, I'm like, I'm just going to give them my real number, and I will go and proceed to block them as soon as I'm out of range. As soon as I am safe and out of range, I just rather block it. Or maybe even if women start memorizing, like if I were to memorize like a text app number, something that if they call it, it will still ring, just so that it's not so alarming to them if it doesn't ring. Maybe that would be a better alternative, I feel like. But so far what I've been doing is I give them a fake name and I give them my real number, because I do not want to sit there and argue with you. Men have just become a literal threat to women at this point. Like, we cannot eat, sleep, or breathe without fear that something is going to happen to us. I remember years ago, 2016, I attended Juve, which is the West Indian Day Parade here in New York, specifically in like the Crown Heights, Brooklyn area. And even when I was out there, and this was the same year that the girl, matter of fact, what was her name? Her name was Tiara. I don't know how to say her last name, so I'm not even going to try to fumble that. But her name was Tiara, or Tiara, and the girl was 22. And I guess a man was grinding on her, and she proceeded to ask him to stop, or tell him to stop, and he shot her in her eye. Like, aggressive for why? Why did he even come down to that? First off, you're already in her you're already in her personal space. You're grinding on her. You are making her uncomfortable. And then when she dares to tell you to stop, you shoot her in the face and in her life at 22 years old? That is preposterous to me. That same, actually, and it was crazy, is that happened the same day that I left to come back to North Carolina, because at this time I was living in North Carolina. The same day that I left was the day that girl got shot. She got shot a couple hours after we had left the parade. My friend at the parade had a purse with her. The purse was rather large. We're walking through the crowd, literally a couple hours before the girl had been gunned down. It's a crowd. Everybody is in very close proximity. You can, like, literally, you're walking through like this, like holding each other's hands, because there's that many people out there. Like, Juve is lit. Like, mad people go out, but every year is so dangerous. So at this point, people will be scared to go. But we were out there, and so my friend has this purse, and she turned around for I think she was trying to talk to one of us. She turns around, and her purse, I guess, kind of swings by this kid's face. Like, it doesn't touch him at all. When I say by his face, I mean like maybe like there was probably like this much space between the purse and his face. So a good chunk of space. The dad proceeds to start cursing her out, saying, oh, I'll beat your ass, da da da, bitch, you black ass bitch, I'll beat you the fuck up. All this. What? You can clearly see that that was an accident. And you can't even say accident, because the purse did not touch the child at all. Literally not at all. You can clearly see that she was just trying to talk to us. She turned around and the purse, like, literally just barely breezed by his face. And when I say barely, I'm not saying it was close. I'm saying, like, it just wasn't anything that should have been that big a deal. He could have easily said, hey, yo, miss, watch your purse, it almost hit my son, whatever. It did not almost hit his son, but still, he could have said that. Hey, yo, miss, watch your purse, whatever. Kept it pushing. Threatening to beat her up, calling her all types of hoes and bitches. Was it really that deep? Like, men out here love to threaten to beat up women, and that's very weird to me. That's weird. That's suspicious.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Honestly, even me, I've had a situation where, and I told this story time just literally last month. I think it was a month ago, where I am walking, and I'll insert, because I actually, the other day when I thought of making this video, I recorded, or it's probably going to be on this side actually, but I recorded the space where this happened, and I literally had a man who whipped out of this driveway spot in front of this gas station. He whips out, he almost hits me, so I make a face at him. That's all. I didn't say anything. I just make a face, kind of like a, like, damn, like, you almost hit me. I didn't even mouth those words, but I literally, my face was like, damn, like, you almost hit me. He proceeds to roll down his window, start cursing me out, and initially I proceeded to start going back and forth with him, but then I remembered, wait, up here these men are literally like, they will take your life over nothing. It's not worth it. You don't know if he has a gun or anything in the car. Don't even do it. So I proceeded to start to go back and forth with him, but then as soon as my, like, wait, you need to move different clicked in, I stopped and I proceeded to keep walking. I just said, you know what, F it, I'm just gonna keep walking. I said, it's not that deep. Kept walking. This man proceeds to drive his entire car on the sidewalk, and I hope that it's still up here as I'm talking about it. Drives his whole entire car on the sidewalk. If y'all can see in the picture where that pole is, he drove his car, because I was well past that pole by the time he did all that. Drove his car well past that pole on the sidewalk and tried to run me over with his car, while proceeding to be out the window talking about all types of, oh, you bitch, I'll beat your ass, I'll get out of the car and beat your ass. I am 5'2" and roughly not even 140 pounds. You are threatening to fight me and physically assault me because I made a face at you. The egos are dangerously fragile. More recently, there has been a girl, and I'm making this video because I really just want to say, if you live in New York, if you're a woman and you live up north in New York, if you're a woman period across the states, anywhere you are, I hope that you are staying safe, because it's just ridiculous at this point. But specifically for this video, if you are in the northern areas where the men tend to be dangerously aggressive, because the men can be aggressive in all these other states too, don't get me wrong, they can be pushy or whatever, but it's a lot less of you're getting beat up for denying people. Like in North Carolina, I never had to worry about, like, if I, and granted, I'm naturally not mean when I let people down, so it wasn't even a matter of that. But even if I were to be just disrespectful to a man in North Carolina who was trying to holler at me, it's a lot less likely that would result in me being shot in the face or in me being swung on. Like, it's just so different up here. You have a man who is attacking women on the L train off of, I think, Morgan Avenue stop was where he was getting most of them. And there is a video, and I will insert, actually no, I'm not going to insert that video because it's graphic and it was really actually hard to watch. There's a video where this man proceeds to walk into a smoke shop and beat this woman up for like 2-3 straight minutes. Just literally beating her entirely the hell up.
Investigators believe the suspect who was arrested tonight is responsible for beating at least 6 women in Bushwick. Police initially arrested somebody else last week, but as the attacks continued, investigators realized they had the wrong guy. Tonight, I spoke over the phone with the victim in this most recent attack. She's an employee here and tells me physically she's okay, but mentally she's still recovering. Surveillance video shows a man pounce on a woman working behind the counter at the Sunflower Glass Company smoke shop on Wilson Avenue just after 5 p.m. Monday. He holds her down, punching the woman again and again, and when she tries to get up, he grabs her hair, trying to restrain the woman, even as she sends a message for help on her computer.
He honestly could have killed her.
And he had been assaulting women for like a whole week or two before her. He got like 7 women just for no reason, beating them up, assaulting them. And then, not even a whole entire, I think it's only been 2 weeks since they caught the last guy. More recently, a video has been going around where a woman was, I think they said she was 31, she was in a liquor store. And she's buying liquor, and a man is like, and if I can find his name, I'll put it at the bottom of the screen because, baby, we pulling your card. You a whole bitch. This man proceeds to assault. This woman was a 31-year-old mother, and she's in the store, and he offers to buy her liquor. She declines. If anything, you would think that, I mean, my guy, you're saving money. Like, why are you mad that she's declining anyway? I guess he said something along the lines, oh, she thinks she's better than us, and proceeds to follow her outside with a gang of men, and they all proceed to surround her, kick her, punch her, whatever else, and then he bites her. She said it was an attempt to bite her eye out. He bites her above her eye. Yo, when I saw the news report and I seen the bite above her eye, yo, my stomach turned, bro. That's the like most, that's just such a foul, disgusting thing to do to somebody. Like, ew. Like, and he bit her so deep, so he had to bite her so hard, because literally above her eye was messed up, all the way jacked up.
A brutal attack in Harlem when a woman who was just trying to buy a bottle of wine.
She says that it happened after she turned down one man's offer to pay for her. CBS 2's Lisa Rosner spoke exclusively with the victim.
Surveillance video shows a group outside this liquor store as a woman walks in alone just before 6 p.m. Monday. The 31-year-old mother says she was buying a bottle of wine after work when two men walked in the shop on West 128th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. She says the man in the red offered to pay.
I politely declined and I said, you know, no thank you, but thank you. Could pay for it myself. And I got ready to walk out, and before I walk out, he basically said that he felt like I thought that I was better than them.
The men followed her out, she says, asking what did she want to do about it.
I just asked them, I said, like, you're seriously like trying to fight me? Like, I'm trying to go about my business.
She says they chased her across the street, kicking her, and one man actually bit her forehead, leaving deep wounds. She says he tried to bite her eye out. Others kicked her.
To bite me and do that, maul me the way that he did, with me screaming and saying that I'm just trying to get my daughter, that's an animal. That's not a person.
It's barbaric. These men are literally like animalistic and barbaric out here. Like, my friend says that all this. One of my best friends, she's been saying that. She's like, these men are barbaric. And when she would say that, I was like, yo, like, I was like, oh, they bad, but I'm thinking, oh, they can't be that much more worse than, like, you know, any other place. But no, like, these men really are different up here. Like, you cannot do the same things you would necessarily other places when it comes to turning them down. But it's like, how do you turn them down without serious or violent confrontation at this point? It's crazy to me. It's very sad that we cannot just enjoy going to the store, going out for drinks with friends, going to the club, to the mall, going to, you might be coming back from school, from work, like, to and from. What can you do at this point? Literally. These men, their sense of entitlement is crazy, and it's like the things that they will subject you to is disgusting. Like, I've had men, when I lived up here the first time last year, or not even last year at this point, 2019, I was living up here, and I remember I recorded a video and I called it like crazy subway stories or something, and two of the stories were men who I caught jacking off to me on the train. And now I gotta switch carts because you're making me uncomfortable. Like, y'all, I cannot. But all of this has inspired me to look into selling defense kits for women. Hopefully I will have that up by next week, because at this point I just want my ladies in New York to stay safe. I am just, because I've had a personal experience with this myself, and because so many of my friends have, I just want to make sure that everybody is getting the resources that they need to stay safe, because I'm tired of it. So look for that from me. I'm not doing this video as promo for that. I'm just saying that literally, like, all of this that keeps building up is pissing me off to the point where it has inspired this new idea for me, because I'm just like, yo, like, yeah, it really pisses me off. But yes, that is my video. If you all have experienced this, please leave your comments down below, leave your experiences. I am sorry for anybody who has been through this. And also in the comments, please leave ways that you feel like women could stay safe up here, because at this point there are not a lot of options. Like, you're not allowed to have tasers up here. You can't, like, getting a gun up here is super hard as hell and strenuous, and I don't even know if it's all the way legal. I think it's kind of legal, but I'm not from here, so I don't know the ins and outs of that. So if you know ways that women can stay safe, please leave those comments down below. That is really the biggest thing that I want you all to do. If you've been in these situations, please leave comments on how you got out of it. Yeah, just please help each other out, you guys. That is all I have to say about this. I will see you all in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.